And we're live!
Yay!
With... And game with Topiary by Danny Devine. Published in Italy by Fever Games and in the US by Renegade. And possibly, I don't know if there's other publishers or other distributions, but...
Yeah, in other countries.
In other countries.
It was one of the, hot games that people didn't really know about, for Essen. But I knew about it. It was in my top 14 most wanted. And then, their booth got overrun. So people started to hear about it, which was really great. And I'm excited for them. And I'm excited for Danny Devine, who's the designer. And Fever Games, who is the Italian publisher. So, yeah. But, anyway. Yeah. So, coming from Renegade next week. So, if you're watching this, it's probably already out. Did you want to teach it? You were, going on a flow.
Oh, no, I don't remember.
Okay,
well.
That's great.
Yeah.
Okay, so John already started opening the box and exploring and getting meatballs, which is great. So, no, it's fine. So if you check the setup, it'll tell you how many meeples you need for your player's color. It doesn't match. And then there's a scoreboard. There is a little token which has a picture of a meeple, which I think is funny. Why not just have an extra meeple? So you're gonna put
50 on one side.
Yeah.
You're gonna put your meeple token on the scoreboard, and then for a 3-player game, you apparently get 6 meeples. Who'd have thunk? Dun, dun, dun. Then there is a whole slew of tiles in the box, and you're just gonna take them and you're gonna shuffle them, make sure they're all facing the correct way, which means greeny grass side is up. And then you are going to make a 5x5 grid out in the center of the play space. So let's change cameras.
It always throws me off that Sunny Day is a 5x6 and Topiary is a 5x5 because we played those games a lot, back to back.
Yeah, we did. We got 4 tile placement games at Essen this year.
We got, aggro, just kind of tile placement.
No.
Starburst placement.
No.
What?
Azul.
Oh, Azul, okay. Yeah.
We got Azul, we got Topiary, we got Sunny Day, and we got...
You got Raja.
Oh, Raja, well...
It's kind of tough, isn't it?
It's, yeah, it is. And then V-World was the other one. So yeah. Boop, boop, boop. Okay, cool. So, the extra tiles, everybody is going to get a hand of 3 tiles to start. 3? 2. 3. Sunny Day, it's 2. I love Sunny Day so much. Have we streamed Sunny Day yet?
Don't think so.
No, we did, because I love that game so hard. Okay.
We did stream?
The other tiles you don't need, I think they go back in the box. So what's going to happen is there are... suits. So this is a game about topiaries and sending your visitors to a topiary park, museum, place, thing, garden. That's the word I was looking for. And at the end of the game, you will get points based on how many beautiful topiaries your visitors see. So I just want to say this is the Italian publisher version. This is the Fever Games version. Renegade has different shaped meeples for every color, including more accessibly shaped meeples, which is super awesome. They actually managed to add diversity into a game with just meeples. So that makes me super happy, and I wish I had a copy of that version.
And that probably makes it colorblind friendly, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Different shapes.
Yep.
So it's both kinds of...
Nice.
Right, yeah, accessible and diverse.
It's accessible and accessibly diverse. Yeah. So, yeah. Alright. What happened to aggro? John won, we ended it. It actually only took us 2.5 hours with teaching to play aggro. So...
Bam.
Yeah, we rocked it. We decided that if you're playing with less players, it will take longer. Okay, so what's going to happen is on your turn, you place one of your visitors to look down one of the rows of topiaries. So they can look down a row this way, they can look down a row this way, or they can look down a row on the diagonals. And this gets a little tricky because they can do diagonals within the grid. Whoa. So there's the obvious diagonal, which is this one, the main diagonal, but you can also do diagonals down the grid. So if I go here, you put your meeple such that it's obvious this is the diagonal, and so I would see these 4 topiaries. So if you do a diagonal on the inners of the grid, you're going to have less tiles that you can potentially see, but that might be okay for you. So when you're looking in like the middle topiary, right, I could look here and have 2, or I could look this way and have 3.
Yeah.
So you just want to make sure that when you place, you make sure to place it correctly. Also, no one can... We apparently don't like each other. And so, or our BO is really bad because no 2 people can look in the same exact orientation. So Steve can't see over my head, apparently. But Steve could look this way down this diagonal. So we could be doing this. So I guess our BO isn't that bad.
Everybody's just very clear about their personal space requirements.
Yes. So once you place your tile, let's undo this.
Meeple.
Tile, sorry. Once you place your meeple, now you will place a tile. So, of the tiles that your meeple, who is a visitor, can see, you pick one of them and you draw it into your hand. So, I'm just going to start the game off, I guess, and I will draw this tile, and now it goes into my hand, and now there is a hole, and now I put a tile there. And so I'm just going to be like, oh, it's this tile. And you can put any tile from your hand that you want. It doesn't have to be the one you picked up. Or it could be the one you picked up. That's also an option. So now I have put this 2 pyramid-shaped topiary. So when I talk about suits, what I mean is there are different shaped topiaries, and those are the suits. So there is a suit of pyramid topiaries, there is a suit of whales, a suit of swans, a suit of dinosaurs, and a suit of elephants, and a suit of triangles, a suit of spirals. How many suits are there?
Oh.
Like 7? There's a lot of suits.
I think there's 5 in each suit. And there's
a lot of tiles.
35 tiles, so 7 suits? There's either 6 or 7.
8 suits.
There's 8 suits. Okay.
1 to 5 in suits.
So 40 tiles. Okay.
The scores for Agra, John had 43?
No, 50-something.
50-something.
54?
50. Let's see.
So look it up.
50 odd. You had 40 odd?
I had 54, Tiffany had 41, Steve had 26.
Yep. Okay, so there are 8 different suits of topiaries. This is relevant for a bonus, which I'll talk about when I get to end scoring. But the important thing for end scoring is that as topiaries get placed, so let's say John goes here, he could pick up this tile and then place a tile here. Me being able to see this tile depends on what topiaries are in front of it from this visitor's perspective. What? A game about perspective? Tiffany doesn't love those at all. I love them so much. So, at the end of the game, each of your visitors will score points based on how many topiaries they can see. The number on the topiary tile says how high it is. So, any topiaries that are equal to or less than the number on the tile ones are blocked by the ones in front of it. So, if there was a 2 or a 1 anywhere behind this one, I couldn't see them. But I could see a 3, and then after the 3, I could see a 4, so on and so forth. A 5 will block anything that goes behind it. You get the idea. So as we keep playing the game, it's going to get a lot crazier, and this is going to be a really weirdly organized topiary garden. And so your meeple placement gets a little bit more difficult as the game progresses because you're like debating perspective, but you can place anywhere around the whole thing. The game ends once every player has placed all of their visitors / meeples, and then we'll do scoring. So for scoring, you get 1 point per topiary that you see. It's not 1 point. You get the actual value, I believe. Those are in Italian. Da-da-da. Yes, you score the value of the topiaries that you can see for each visitor, and then there is a suit bonus. So if you see the topiaries that you see the most of for each visitor, the most of a suit that you see, you get points for. So if I see 3 pyramid-shaped topiaries for this visitor, I will get 3 points.
I think it's just if there's 2 or more. If they repeat. Yeah. So if any topiaries repeat, if there's more than one that you can see, you get 1 bonus point for each topiary that repeats.
Yes. That is the right way.
So
each player earns 1 bonus point for every topiary of the same suit they can see repeated in their line of sight.
So base, you get the number.
So it's not the
Regardless of
most. Yeah. So base, you get the number, and then for suit, you get bonus points. And then, this one's weird. At the end of the game, any tiles you have left in your hand, you could potentially score. And the way that you score them is, if any of your visitors see a topiary which is higher valued, but the same suit as one in your hand, you score the one in your hand.
Oh, wow.
It was a very clever end game.
So it incentivizes you to play like the 5 or the 4 or something like that, but potentially hold on to the lower value ones instead of using them to block people.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that.
Interesting.
And you will only get... Yeah, and you still get the point value of the ones in your hand. So if I manage to see the 5 T-Rex, I might want to hold on to the 4 T-Rex, because then I would get those 4 points in my hand and nobody else could get the 4 T-Rex points, if that makes sense. Okay.
Okay.
Boom! I need to sneeze eventually. Woo. Yes, Nutters, we already decided you're the elephant. Choo!
That's...
Choo! And I went, choo! Excuse me.
Okay. So I can go here.
Oh, hi, Danny! Danny Devine is in the chat. Danny is the designer of the game, by the way. So I don't know why I said his name that way.
Oops. So, not all of these are going to be revealed.
Correct.
Can you see through just a grass?
Yeah,
Yes.
you can see through grass.
So you can basically chance it. Like if there were a 5 in the last row, you probably won't see it at the end of the game. Or you might. Like if nobody blocks you, you would see it.
Yeah.
But somebody might block you.
Okay. That. And so an elephant now.
Whoa.
Elefante is a netterfant. It's important.
Netterfin, yes, in the middle.
Oh, the middle tile should be face up. Thank you, Danny.
Oh, so that was
we screwed up.
Oh, yeah, that's a setup thing.
I just helped reveal that then.
Yeah, there you go.
So I gotta take my turn. Ooh, it's a 2 now. That's terrible.
I don't... it's supposed to release next week. Oh, no, you're in Australia. I'm an idiot. Yeah. Hopefully you'll still have it. Okay, Netterfent.
Well, now on my turn, I will go here.
Oh, yeah, it's a sweet diagonal setup for you.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Forgot about diagonals.
Right? Yeah, this game is like, oh, I forgot that direction
Yeah.
Even existed? Yep.
So doesn't that block you?
Yeah, no, do that. That's great, honey.
Sorry. That's what I wanted to do.
He's got the 3 of Swans.
Well,
So
this
you can
stream is
see-
off to a great
You
start.
can see equal numbers, but not...
Well, no,
No,
he can't see
equal,
that one.
I can only see the 2 and the 4.
Yeah, it's like photosynthesis. He can't see this one because it's blocked by the 2.
Yeah.
It's the same height.
So you can't see either of these?
No.
Yes,
Okay, got it.
that is correct. Which begs the question: why did he do it?
Because I have 6 points left.
That's why we always ask, why did he do it? Why did he do it, officer? We don't know. I'm gonna go here and reveal this one to myself. Ooh, that is interesting. And then I'm gonna play the 3 of Whales.
Ooh.
I'm having a whale of a good time over here.
The first game of tonight to feature whales, and the second to feature elephants.
Netterfence.
Netterfence.
Netterfence. No offense, but they're Netterfence. I feel bad because we could zoom this one in way more. The overhead cam is way up.
Yeah. Because, we don't need the scoring until the end of the game.
How is this with 2 players? It's good. It's not as, like, cutthroat. At 3 players and 4 players, it gets a lot more... You can screw with people a lot more, and it gets a lot harder to place tiles. At 2 player, unless you're actively paying attention to each other, there's a little bit too much room for stuff. But it's not as, like, we have some games that 2-player, Steve and I just ignore each other the entire game. This is not one of those games. Like, you will be interacting with each other, it's just not as much as in a 3 or 4-player game, which is why we've waited to stream it this long, because we thought that the interaction was just so much more interesting at 3-player for a stream. But we still really enjoy this game at 2-player. I'm assuming he's not diagonal. He's there.
And then also you get more visitors with a lower player count game and less with a higher player count game.
Yeah, so you will futz with the board more, but it's still, I think, more interesting for streaming and wise. It's good 3, it's good 4. I think with 4-player in the in-game, you kind of are like, well, what's the best thing I can do that'll screw me the least? In 2-player, it's a lot more strategic. Which I feel is Steve and I enjoy, but I feel like it's not as interesting as it could be for a stream. So that's why we've waited. Just gonna screw me over. Are you just going to play only diagonals?
Don't know what you're talking about. Don't know what you're talking about, indeed.
Yep.
Yeah, 3-player is a sweet spot because each player gets 6 visitors. I think 4-player it's 5 each, and then 2-player it's 8 each.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with here.
So 6 each is a nice
Having
amount.
a whale of a good time over here again.
Yeah.
And my favorite suit in the game hasn't reared its head yet.
Oh! Ichi was making the noise.
Oh, were you gonna zoom it in a bit?
Oh, I can't zoom it in. It's already zoomed in as much as it is. I have to physically move the camera.
Alright, everybody take your Dramamine.
Here we go. Yep, sorry everyone. That should be better. I'm really happy that Renegade picked it up and are kind of racing it to the market because it's just such a great game.
And it's a very...
If I had had it for Christmas, I would have... Well, we did take it to see our family for Christmas, but if we could have gotten it as a Christmas present, I would have... Wait, screw yourself that way.
I mean, I would get 9 points this way, and I get 9 points. Then I get 10 points this way,
yeah.
right?
No, because you don't see both 5s, so you only get 9. Oh, but the bonus.
One bonus for each, yeah.
Yeah, so you would get 11. Touche. Touche.
Nice.
Dang it.
Playing only diagonals, you say? Who would do that?
Steve only walked into this entrance of the Topiary, and his family's like, that looks great, and then they're gonna leave and go get dinner. Like,
Ooh.
that's how... You already ate dinner.
I think they're gonna get Kua Pig from the Hawaiian place down the street.
I think
That's
Steve
what they're
is
gonna do.
projecting what he wished he had gotten for dinner onto his meatballs. Just gonna put that one out there.
Or maybe I do want meatballs.
Oh gosh. I'm gonna do that.
A meatball sub?
I got where you were going with that. Yeah. I'm gonna do... Oh, sorry, Jen. Sorry. No, so sorry.
Terrible.
That tree grew out of nowhere!
So, only Tiffany knows if that was originally the Spiral 5 or
There's
if it was
a
in her
bunny!
hand. Yeah, there is a bunny. Oh, wow. Bunnies are great. And very distracting. I'm not going to think about the cutthroat workings that Tiffany just unleashed upon this lovely world of trimmed plants.
You never thought topiaries would be so cutthroat. But we all knew all along how dangerous those garden shears were. Night, Heather.
Probably
Thanks
put
for
that
making
in
it this
favor.
long. 1 a.m. is pretty good. Yep. Return that favor.
Yep.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's
Thank you, Heather.
Sorry. No, don't mind if I do.
Roar! The T-Rexes are out. Did you know that the art is done by the designer of this game as well? That's right. Danny does the art.
It's great art.
I love Danny's art. It's really fun. I knew that Danny had designed the game when I saw the cover. I was like, "Oh, that's a Danny game. Buying it."
I mean,
and then I read what it was about, and then I was like, "Oh yeah, definitely buying it."
how can you beat a lovely T-Rex hedge?
Okay.
So, oh, you going straight?
He's not paying attention.
I'm not paying attention to the diagonal, sorry.
Danny knew that. Apparently, Danny Devine knew that the artist is the same as the designer. What a coincidence!
You get a point for everything in your hand that's lower than something that's out there.
You get the value.
You get the value of everything that's in your hand.
That your visitor can see. It's your visitor has to be able to see it. Yeah. So it's not just that it's out there.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So if you had the 3 swan,
I would get the 3 points on my hand. Yeah.
Got it.
I don't care about sexuality. It's just he needs to be facing straight ahead.
Eric Portney opened up the Agricola box, and now it won't all fit back inside.
Agricola is magic that way.
Which Agricola?
Yeah,
I guess
which one?
The full one or family edition?
Well,
all creatures isn't in.
Well, no, because there's the 2013 version which introduced the wooden eagles, or there's the 2015 version where they took some of the stuff out. It's my turn. I assume.
Yes.
Yeah.
You should all have one.
Yeah, it's my last turn.
Z-Man Animeeples. This is the version.
What's the 2013 version? If I believe, no, I don't know. It might be the 2013. This dude's sad.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna go here. Oh, I can't see that dude. I don't know. You put him. You placed him. I don't know where he's doing.
Or like that.
Oh, 2008 version. Okay. That makes sense. Carrots.
Oh, interesting. I didn't realize this. I think because I always played a certain way. When you look down a row, the tile you pick up doesn't have to be one your visitor can see. It can be any tile.
Oh! We've been playing wrong
Any
this
tile
entire
on the whole
time.
board?
On the row.
On the row.
On the
okay.
row.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, for example, I was just thinking,
Oh,
hypothetically,
yeah.
if you placed there, even though you can't see that, you could place it up.
Yeah.
Oh,
I think,
you mean like can't see?
Yeah, if you can't see a
'cause it's being
tile in the row.
blocked.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever played that way. I've only done ones that my visitor could see, because it's probably beneficial, but like if you wanted to block or manipulate, you'd be like, I could get 5 points on that.
Yeah.
With that. So that's strategically interesting.
I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna pick up. This tile. Ah! Darn it. This is the worst. The worst. Alright, well. Dang it. Yeah, it makes sense for me to do that. It's a good one, Chris. We also, this side, the entrance to the park must be over here, because, like, everyone's right here. Only John's visitor has actually walked around to the back of the garden. But you can tell where the entrance is because Stu's meeples. It's gotta be, like, right here.
Pretty much. I think what I have all... Well, I was gonna do that diagonal, actually, but you dropped the elephant.
The Netterfent.
The
Netterfent. It's important to maintain story continuity.
That's right.
I do not doubt it.
So this is a garden in India then, right?
Yeah.
It could be.
Yeah. These are the rich people that came... Oh, this is the king's garden!
Yes.
This is the king's garden, and these are all the notable people that came to his party. There you go. And we are sponsoring the production of the
I just have to do this
Topiaries. Swan. Dang it.
Swan for the history books.
Dang it. Alright. So, I like to do this one color at a time because it's a little easier.
Okay.
So, we'll start with this way over visitor who gets 5 points.
Yep.
And then I lay them down so we can know we track them. Actually, we can just do this too. So then this visitor gets 4 points because all I can see is that giant D20 bush. This visitor will get 1, 4, 9 points and no suit bonuses.
Which color? I can't
Green.
see the color. 9?
Yeah. This visitor who is on the diagonal will get 1 for another 9 points and again no suit bonus. Yellow will get 3, 4, 7 points and no suit bonus. This visitor will get 1, 5, 10 points and 2 suit bonuses, so 12 points for green. And then this visitor will get...
I'm really behind.
Yeah, you are. 5 points and no... Oh, no!
Oh, yeah, right. Nice.
9 points, but no suit bonus for green. And then look, the green visitor... This is where the entrance to the park is.
Yes.
It's just, yeah. The green visitor... Blue, sorry. Gets 1, 3, 7 points and no suit bonus. And then yellow gets 1, 6, but 2, so 8 for a suit bonus. And then the blue visitors get 1, 4, 8, no suit bonus. Yellow will get 3, 7, and no suit bonus. Blue will get 3, 8, and no suit bonus. Yellow will get 2, 6, 11, and 2 suit bonus, so 2 more, so 13 total. And this blue one will get 2, 6. This blue one will get 2, 5, 10, plus 3, 13 points.
Nice.
That was a glorious one. This blue visitor will get 5 points. This one will get 4 points. This green one will get 5 points. Green. Yeah. Okay, so then we check our hands, and anything we can see that is larger, we get bonus points for. I can see a big T-Rex, so I will get 1 point for that T-Rex. I don't see anything bigger than that. And then I don't... Oh, I do see a big elephant. Yay! So I get 4 additional points for what I see.
I don't see a 5 swan. I get a 4 consisting of 5, and a 1 consisting of 5. So
I think
5
you got it
points.
then, because I don't see... I do not see the circle bushes, and I do not... and then that is too big, so I get the 2, 1, 2, so I'm at 49, and then John, you get...
I get 5 points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 54. Tiffany, you get...
I already did mine.
You ready to use?
Yes.
Very cool.
No, you can give me 4 points. That's fine.
Alright, so John with 54 is the victor of Topiary.
And Steve gets 49, and I get 47. There we go.
Cool.
Yay! And that's Topiary,
And I-
designed and illustrated by Danny Devine.
I
who's
can't
taking on the
guarantee
top.
that I didn't accidentally move the wrong colors for any of those.
I think I should
think it's
actually
fine.
have like 17 more points.
I think for
Give or
me at
take.
least, I think it was easier if we just score one color at a time, because it's possible I mixed up.
That's true. Usually I'll do one color at a time, but with how everybody was grouped, I was
Yeah.
just like,
Yeah, no, it
whatever.
was
Kinda
fine.
worked out that way.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a couple things that aren't in the rules that the designer did mention. They're kind of obvious, but they're not explicitly mentioned in the rules. So one is when you score to just put the meeple down. That was
makes a
how
lot of
the
sense.
designer does it. They're kind of like, whatever you want to do to make it easier. And then also for your end game score tiles, just flip them over when you score them.
The designer did that?
Oh, publisher.
The
sorry.
publisher.
That
I was like,
things that the publisher
We've never
mentioned, yeah.
played this with Danny. Did he tweet that?
Sorry.
No. The publisher, when they were demoing in this at Essen, we filmed a video of them like teaching and playing, which we'll publish and put up tonight. I will try to. But yeah, they get those helpful tips, which is when you evaluate people's hands, flip, and then lay meeples down as you score.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a very quick game.
That is really quick, yeah.
You can get a little AP heavy with 2-player. If you're, because it's a little bit more strategic because it's just the two of you affecting the game. So it's a little bit not tighter, but just more AP prone, I think. With 3-player and 4-player, I feel like that becomes less so because you start just looking for optimal moves with what you have, and you stop thinking more about what the other people are doing potentially.
It's not a 0-sum.
Yeah. So, yeah, but we really like it. It's very cute. The art is super cute. It's very easy to teach. The hardest, like, the most complicated thing to teach is the hand thing.
Yeah.
Because it's not involved with this at all, and so it doesn't, like, there's this whole story about the visitors going and the perspective of them in the topiary of the garden, but, like, this part doesn't make, like, what part is this? Like, they were hoping to see, they have these at home. Maybe they have these at home in their personal garden. And they want to see bigger, better versions of what they have at their personal garden. I don't know. But that's like the only part that I've had trouble teaching to like casual gamers, or novice, like not hardcore gamers. But otherwise, they love this game because it's so cute. It's very easy to teach. And as long as I run the scoring, everybody's fine.
Yep.
If that makes sense. And then after I run the scoring the first game, they usually want to play a second game, and then everybody can do their own scoring, because they've seen how it works. So. And
I think with everybody we've played with, the sort of perspective type stuff has been really clicked for people. It's just like, oh, I place this, I'm going to get these, I'm going to get this bonus. Like, people have had a really easy time doing it.
Yeah. Well, the art the art does a really good job because the size of the topiary relates to the value of the topiary. So, like, the 5 dinosaur, which is, like, and the 5 whale are, like, huge.
Yeah. Right?
And so you really, it helps convey that in a way that I think just makes sense for teaching casual gamers.
Yeah, and one thing I will say,
or anyone really.
This compared to Photosynthesis, which both use a similar perspective thing, this has clicked at least a lot easier. I know for us, Photosynthesis playing it had a lot of like, oh no, I didn't realize that was going to be blocked, because like the perspective keeps changing. Yeah. People keep growing in new things, and with this, even though it's a similar perspective thing, things are only being added, and it's just very easy to sort of see, even though, they're not 3D sticking up on the board, of course, but the art pops. It's, really easy.
This killed Photosynthesis for us because it was much easier to teach, and it was more accessible. And then the 2-player, like with Photosynthesis, that was the one I was trying to think of. In Photosynthesis, the 2-player, the forest is too big. And so it's very easy for you to both just grow your trees and not really interact with each other, unless you want to. With this game, at a certain point, like, you have to start interacting with each other, and it's just easier to do so. The game just kind of makes you want to screw with your opponent more than Photosynthesis does.
And you can do it very quickly. You don't have to get an engine in place to be able to place a tree to screw with your opponent on a future turn.
Yeah.
You can just say, oh, I have this tile in my hand, I'm going to block them. And that's very satisfying. And that's...
And also, just for us, for the games that we have gaps for in our collection, something that is small and more portable and, like, still fripping adorable so casuals want to play it, but is, like, easier to teach and more accessible. We have more of a gap for this sort of game than we do for Photosynthesis, which is more of, like, a big box game night game. Like, this is a game, like, oh, we're out at a bar or, like, a casual game night and we want to get somebody interested in the concept of, like, playing games. This is a lot more accessible because it's, like, 20, 30 minutes. I mean, we taught and played and, you know, BS'd in 35 minutes and we played and scored and now we're hanging out. Like, this is a lot more approachable for getting people that aren't super into gaming to, like, play with us. Whereas Photosynthesis is, like, this huge box, and it's like, and then, like, they have their trees, and it's more of, like, it's a commitment, it's a larger time and brain commitment. So, yeah.
Yeah, this one definitely clicks a lot faster. It's like, I place a tile if I'm going to get these points, as opposed to, like, wait, what do I do next? Which was Photosynthesis had a little bit.
Yeah.
Like, how do I turn this into...
Yeah. Actually get points.
Yeah, Photosynthesis is more... If you like this and then you want more of, like, strategy with dealing with perspective and you want something a little bit more, Photosynthesis is great for that. It is a cutthroat, abstract game that is very involved and is abstract and is a good thinker game that, like, tricks people into playing something thinky. This is the lighter, you know, little brother version of that. So for us and our game groups and how we play, this fit better with our, like, goals and collection for games that we had.
Yep, and because this was in the quiver over Christmas, right? Like
no, it was in Downforce.
Oh, it was in Downforce. Okay.
Did you know that Downforce has a lot of dead air in it, and so you can fit a lot of other games inside of it? So we had our quiver packed with games, and then we had our copy of Downforce packed with games.
Yeah. One thing I'll also mention about this was just because some tiles are taken out, your hidden information and replayability, at least for me, is pretty interesting.
Oh, there was the giant T-Rex.
Yeah, so like the giant T-Rex was in the box.
Yeah.
The largest T-Rex that was out was the 5. So there's definitely some, like...
I mean, the art's just super
it's
cute.
really good.
Here's the giant whale has blue flowers, so it looks like he's in water. Look at it. And look at this Netterfent. It's so cute. It's so cute. And then there's D20s because there has to be D20s in a nerd game. Like, look at that.
Dodecahedrons?
Yeah, something. Yeah, I guess. So yeah, it's cute. There's little adorable art everywhere. I think it's a great accessible game. I don't know what the MSRP is going to be for Renegade, but I hope it's accessible for casuals because I will be pushing this game like crazy to casuals.
Yeah, this is a good...
And if it's not a good price point, darn it. Like,
yeah.
That's super dependent on that, but we'll see!
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you for tuning in and watching, and thank you, John, for sticking around
that was
for a
fun.
bonus stream.
I gotta try that.
Yeah. Tune in Thursday for a solo stream with Steve, hopefully. You know, there's a big asterisk on all of our streams, like something might happen or
Yeah,
something
so
like that.
hopefully
But
I will be streaming something on Thursday, and then hopefully we will be... I really want to stream Nemo's War on Tuesday.
Yeah.
And
I
I hope
to be there.
Hopefully John will be there.
Ooh,
pretty. Yep.
Yeah, I'll show you off camera. Yeah. So next Tuesday should be Finding Nemo. Hopefully with John and Steve.
Uh-huh.
What?
Nemo's War.
Whatever, Finding Nemo.
Finding Nemo's War.
It's all good. So yeah, but tune in Thursday for a solo stream with Steve.
Yeah, if you have any suggestions, please tweet them at Tiffany or myself.
Yeah, for
Mostly
what
Tiffany.
he wants to play. I think,
What are the options?
I mean, I would like him to finish his Thunderbolt Apache campaign game, but if he wants to play something else solo, he totally can. You could play Airborne Commander.
I was
You could
very
play-
sad when one of my pilots didn't make it back on that first stream we did of Thunderbolt Apache Leader. So
Yeah.
it made me sad.
Danny, thank you for making such a wonderful game. I've
Yeah.
only played 2 of your games, Ghost Love Candy and Topiary, and I've loved both of them. So, keep it up, because doing something right. Same to you, Chris, if you're still here. I've only played 1.5 of your games, because one of your games wasn't published yet when I played it, but I still enjoyed it. So yeah. Thank you, Angela. I'm anticipating the surgery going super well and super easy. And having... right! Circle the Wagons! Yeah, we love that game. We ordered 5, so now we have one in every bag. We have one in every backpack, and then we have 2 extra ones that are just in the house, so if we're traveling and somebody is once again like, oh, I don't have that one, we can give it to them like we did in Europe, and then we'll have extras. Because we love that game.
That's awesome.
I love that game so much.
I never realized that the thing about wallet games is you could have them to give to people because they are wallet size.
That makes me really happy that I can just give it to people.
Yeah.
So yeah. What was it? The surgery should be good. They say that I only will have like 2 days of actual pain and discomfort post-surgery. And then everything else is kind of just like mild irritant. Which, my gallbladder has been a mild irritant for the last like 2 weeks. So I'm thinking it can only go up from here after it goes very sharply down for 2 days.
Are we talking about the physical movement of the gallbladder?
No. We're talking about the physical pain levels. Yeah. So yeah. But thank you very much. I will be on Twitter because I will be bored probably at a certain point. But yeah, tune in Thursday. And if we're doing it Thursday, if we're not doing it Thursday, we'll have something go live that we had not go live previously. And then Tuesday for Finding Nemo's War. And then Thursday for who knows what next Thursday.
Yep.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. And then Spaceuary. I think Spaceuary is gonna happen.
I have a couple games. At least one I'm very excited about.
I think,
Spaceuary.
like, legitimately, if we were gonna do it, we would have to start it in January, like we did with Trainuary, because you have so many games on that list. It's huge. And Tony also has a lot of games on that list.
There's just one that I want to get played in Spaceuary, which I know may only be, 4+ streams.
Are you talking about Twilight Imperium?
No, Imperium.
Oh, you can't play that for Spaceuary.
What?
It has to be games that people can, like, get.
Oh, look at his face.
Tell the stream about this game.
Okay, if you know or have played the Traveler role-playing game, there was a war game that Games Designer Workshop put out in 1977 called Imperium, which was a asymmetric human versus alien space empire type game. It was 2 players, very tight, asymmetrical, somewhat fiddly battle system, but it had a campaign mode. I've never played this, but it had a campaign mode where once you and the other player traded some star systems and some planets to have them temporarily, if the war ended due to various things, certain things would become permanent, and then all of your fleets would decay because nobody wants to pay for war in the off years. And then your next campaign game is when the war starts up again, both of you having like decrepit, rusting fleets, and a couple of the planets have like changed sides permanently. So it has this sort of emergent narrative if you play multiple games, which you could play for like a whole month, like once or twice a week, with the same person who is willing to play it with you. That may not be on camera.
Yeah, I don't think that's going to be on camera one. I'm like sitting here, I rather play Leaving Earth Outer Planets. I'm like, I'm jonesing to play that.
I'll play that.
Yeah. Oh, wow! Angela has an almost complete set of the original Traveler RPG in her games room.
Whoa!
That's awesome and crazy worth a lot of money. I think. I know they go for quite a bit sometimes. But anyway, okay. We're gonna go do other things, which involve probably producing videos. It's so hard because you all are so great to hang out with. It's just hard to say goodbye.
Again.
We have alien encounters still set up on the coffee table to play. I think we're gonna play that tonight.
Yeah, probably.
Unless you don't want to and I can get rid of it.
Nope, we're playing that.
Alright.
I'm the priest, you're the scientist. It's basically Pandemic. Pandemic Legacy.
Okay. Eric, good luck with your game shelf organization. Angela, have a great day. And we will talk to you later, Netters. Netters, you should come up and be on another amazing stream. Because you were all like, the Barron Park one was your favorite. Well...
No. Well, when people were talking about favorite streams, someone mentioned the one that Netters came up as one of their highlights. So that was mentioned in chat.
I think that was Netters.
No.
Alright. Goodbye. Good night. We'll see y'all later.
Good night.
Good night.